If AI is only as good as the data behind it, then the real question is, where does the data come from? And how do you make it reliable enough for real-world decisions? So, where does Lighthouse come in? And what do we actually do?
Lighthouse IP is the patent data provider for 30 years. We're the data backbone behind platforms that many IP professionals already use, often without realizing it. What we've done now is take that data foundation and make it available in a new way, vectorized, structured, and accessible through APIs. So companies can build AI-powered search and analysis on top of data they can actually trust. We're not asking anyone to switch platforms. We're providing the data layer that makes their existing tools or their own custom solutions more intelligent and reliable.
So you're basically saying we're not another platform. But what does that actually mean?
The IP market is full of platforms. Everyone's selling you a new interface, a new dashboard, a new way to look at data, an agentic capability. We're not doing that. We're API first. Think of us as building blocks. You can plug our vectorized pattern data into your own environment, whether that's your own AI model, Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, or a custom internal tool. That means you keep your workflows, your tools, your team's way of working. You just get a much better data foundation underneath and the connectors that enable you real efficiency gains from AI.
What's the data side of this? Why does that matter more than the AI model itself?
Here's the thing most people get wrong about AI and IP. They focus on the model. Which LLM are you using? How big is it? How fast is it? But the model is just the engine. The data is the fuel. If you feed a brilliant AI model dirty, incomplete, or unstructured data, you get brilliant sounding garbage. Our advantage is 30 years of structured, cleaned, deduplicated patent data, full patent families linked across jurisdictions, corporate ownership trees, normalized assignee names. That's the hard work that most AI vendors skip.
What makes our data different from what everyone else has?
There's three things. First, the coverage. We have the largest IP data set, 83 full-text countries, 170 patent authorities. It's very broad. Second, the structure. XML, ST36 formats that are all the same across any patent authority in the world. We normalize company names, we link related filings across jurisdictions, and we maintain a full corporate tree. That's crucial to understanding who owns what. Third, longevity. We've been doing this for a long time, and that means historical depth and consistency that you simply cannot replicate by scraping public databases today.
And what can we do now with this kind of data?
Semantic search across the entire global patent landscape in any language in seconds rather than weeks. You can find conceptually similar patterns to a given document, identify white space in a technology area, run competitive landscape analysis based on meaning rather than keywords. And because the data is structured and vectorized down to the sentence level, you can retrieve concepts and claim language much better than you were ever able to before, with a level of detail that is unprecedented in IP. That is extremely difficult to do with the existing tools. We're talking about a system that handles billions of data points and makes them available to you in seconds.
Okay, but what if a company already has their own tools? How do they use what we offer?
Through our API. It is designed to slot in and complement whatever environment you're already working in. If you have your own AI stack, you can use our vectorized data as the retrieval layer. And I know many in-house counsels are already building supplementary tools in between and making sure that those tools can source that patent data as readily as possible really gives you an advantage. The key point is there is zero disruption. Nobody has to rip out their existing workflow. We're adding capabilities on top that complement your existing workflows and systems.
Okay, but what if a company wants to keep their information on their side?
The API that we offer is a nice intro to show the capability. However, we see more and more companies wanting to take this data completely in-house. That way they have full sovereignty over it and they can control access meaningfully. Everything is kept behind your own firewall and all the searches you run are private and seen only by you. That's a real advantage with how sensitive IP information is becoming.
And if someone watching this wants to see the AI vectorization in action, what can they do?
We've covered a lot of ground in this video, and seeing is really believing. This vector search capability that Lighthouse has brought to market really is quite unique. It's not a platform, it's not a new tool, it's a completely different way of working with IP, and I think it deserves your time to see it. Think of it like getting fitted for a custom suit. There are many, many things that we need to understand about what your goals are, what your workflows look like, so we can suggest what the best actual package for you is and how you should think about slotting that into your system and workflows.
Kacper, thanks for explaining all that to me. We really covered a lot, from the basics of IP to the deep dive into AI. I have many more questions already, but I'll save them for another time. Thanks.
Tim, thanks very much for sticking by, and also thanks to all our listeners and viewers. There's a whole heap of information out there. As always, if you have any questions, we're more than happy to share our knowledge. But I think this is a really, really exciting time to be working in IP and working in AI. So take a moment, acknowledge it, and keep having fun.